Well, it's a beautiful Monday here from the city of Port Harcourt, Nigeria. That's where we're reaching you live. And this is the newspaper review on Tap TV. You're very much welcome. My name is Williams Abule, and on the program with me today is Mr. Arinze Onwoseka. Yes, you are welcome. He's a financial analyst, and he's going to be doing the analysis of our newspaper headlines with us this very beautiful morning.
Thank
You're
you,
welcome, sir.
Thank you.
And of course, our regular here in the house, Mr. Victor Sioku. You are welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir.
Good to have you both here with me.
Thank you.
And together we're going to go through the headlines, and you are also going to be a part of it by dropping your comments and reactions on the comment section. If you do that, we'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to also follow us on our social media handles. We're on Facebook as Tap TV. On Instagram is TapTV_NG, and on Twitter it's at Tap TV. So yeah, connect with us on all of these platforms so that you stay very much updated on the headlines and analysis and things that are happening around our very beautiful country, Nigeria. So we start today's paper with this day newspaper for today, the 26th day in the month of September 2022. And on this day here, it's the Vanguard, not this day. Yeah, I was getting that wrong. Vanguard newspaper for the 26th day of September 2022. And as the headlines there, we see 2023. We want to produce next governor, Kogi Christians. And also at the top there, it says, don't vote for killers in 2023. Jonathan charges Nigerians. You find that story on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. Also here on the Vanguard, as the major headline, it says PFN, ex-SGF, Lawal, disown bishops that met Tinibu. Tinibu desperate, procuring fake Christian groups. Babachir Lawal speaking. PFN or can't dictate to APC. Keyamo, why Buhari directed exclusion of Osibanjo Mustafa from campaign council. Kwara South stakeholders protest exclusion from campaign council. APC, irresponsible, doesn't deserve re-election. Labour Party speaking there. So all of the stories you will find on page 4 and page 27 of the Vanguard newspaper. At the very bottom part of that paper too, you'll see there, PDP crisis, Atiku reaches out, moves to break Wike'S ranks. That story you'll find on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. And lastly, I'll take this one. It says, insecurity, Nigeria passing through hard times. UN speaking there, and that story is on page 12 of the Vanguard newspaper. So let's start with you, Mr. Arinze. I don't want to pose any question to you. Which of the headlines would you like to react to?
Okay. So let's look at the headline of the PFN, their reaction, the bishops that came for the assembly.
Yeah.
It's a dicey one. One can say politicians being desperate, and at the same time, let's not forget that this same political sect are the ones that say they don't need Christians to win election.
Yeah.
So the first question is why the move of bringing bishops, whether they are fake or real, why the move? Other parties do their flag off, and during flag off we don't have any bishop in presence. So why the move? That's the first thing. Okay, on the other hand, if our venture would say, okay, that the way everything is, they need to bring Christians to show that Christians are part of it. Why bishops? They don't need to bring 30 bishops for them to know that Christians are part of it. What they could have still done is to get a pastor that is not even a bishop and organize a mass or organize a worship and say, okay, we are doing Christian fellowship for the campaign, flag off, or for the issue. So I don't think that's not necessary. I think our politicians are not yet very wise because they have forgotten that Nigeria of 1999 is different from Nigeria of 2002 and different from Nigeria of 2022. A lot has changed, and things will continue to change. You know, I was having a conversation with a friend, and I told him that this 2023 election will be a shocker for everybody.
Very true.
Because the first thing is that the same people that you make use of in rigging are now the ones on the streets. So are you going to wake up those that have died to come and do the rigging for you? So it's time for everybody to prove his credibility. That's just it. It's a very simple thing. Nigerians, we are tired. Even the politicians are tired because all they have rooted, they're going to leave it for their children, who will not end up not being able to manage it because the country is not stable.
It's not stable, economically and in many ways.
So that's the issue. It's going to be a very dicey thing.
Yeah.
Right, do you want to add?
Okay, I want to oppose. Okay, oppose from the fact that, see, Mr. Arinze, note before they selected Shettima to become the VP candidate of the APC, they consulted widely, okay, and they came out to say, okay, Shettima seemed to be the right man for the job. Reason, because from the Northern Christian bloc, one, they do not have the numbers, okay? Also, do they even have that person that can stand the quakes coming out from the north? So I think, mind you, politics it should be about issues related, issues and facts, and not sentiments. So when you come to the Christian thing, if you notice, in as much as yes, I am for equity, but you also need to make the right choices with respect to facts and figures. If you check from the Northern bloc, who is the topmost person from the Northern Christian bloc, you have person like Lawal, the governor of Plateau State. But politically, I don't see him strong. Who knows Lawal in the south? But we know Shettima. We know Shettima, that Shettima really held his way in Borno State, even in times of great war in Borno State. Okay, so I think, yes, from some factions, especially the Christians, they don't feel happy. Okay, that does not mean that I'm not a Christian. Okay, yeah, but they don't feel happy because they feel that, see, you could have as well chosen somebody from the Northern Christian bloc, just like Peter Obi chose from the north. Yes, he's a Christian, but if you check the candidate of Peter Obi, he is not as strong as Shettima.
I agree. I wanted to ask, a reaction to what you have said.
Okay.
Does this analysis that you gave, does it now apply to a country that is greatly divided across religious and ethnic lines? It wouldn't have mattered, religious, differences or sentiments wouldn't have mattered if the politicians that we have today had not used it time and time again, and has now implanted it in our soul, body and mind that these things matter. Why are they trying to now make it look so light? And people have died because of the same matter. So does it now apply why does it no longer mean anything
William,
this time?
William, let's look at it this way. What I'm saying is that we have our liberty and our freedom to choose whatever we want to do.
Sure.
Now, on the other hand, I'm only saying you don't even need bishops. You made your choice. We are not against your choice. Nobody is against your choice. Nobody is saying I should vote or not vote for you. It's a personal thing. It's a personal decision. Now, what I'm simply saying is, if you have made a choice of Muslim tickets, keep it that way. You don't even need bishops. So the issue of PFN talking about the fake bishop, Kiamo saying they are not fake or they are fake, we're not coming. When you're bringing it in, it looks as if we're already digging a foundation for another false government.
So and
that's the angle we are going.
And that's what I was asking.
Okay.
So they know
I'm not against
that they have used this in the past. And so that's where they keep trying to put it before us that, we are seeing bishops. Like you said, there's no need for all of that if you think you're doing the right thing.
Exactly. Just do the right thing.
Your reaction to
Yes.
my question.
Okay. Now, see, you see, out of the 3 major candidates, yes, some might say we have 4 or 5 major candidates. But personally, I think we have 3 more candidates, 3 major candidates. Okay. I want Nigerians to also. The campaigns are almost here.
Yeah.
I want Nigerians to be about facts and not sentiments. Okay, because if we go by sentiments, everybody is involved in this thing. Everybody. I don't want to go into detail. Today is not the day. We still have plenty of time to dissect all these facts. Okay, or all these sentiments. Everybody has its sentiments when it comes to this politics. Okay, so I want Nigerians to have that in mind. Secondly, you mentioned about bringing in bishops. I fought the APC 100%. Yes, it is the APC. I fought them 100% for bringing fake bishops during that inauguration of Shetima.
Are you sure they are fake bishops?
They are fake bishops.
The bulk
You saw the videos. Okay, you want to go to court about it to find out?
Some of them.
I don't know.
I'm
not the one with the list of bishops. I don't have the list. I don't have the list of real and fake bishops. I mean, what is not the one ordaining all the bishops?
So
even ordinations come from different places and different churches.
Even this,
So you can make yourself bishop.
even this last one that we just saw on the paper, who is even backlashing the APC? It is Tunde Bakari. Tunde Bakari is in and out APC. Mind you, he was a presidential aspirant.
He's also a founding father of the APC.
Okay, so for him to also come out to say, see, you have come again with another fake bishop association, bringing fake bishops again. Are you getting me? For him, he's up there. He even knows more than I do because he has the facts. So he has called them out again. That's to tell you, politics should not be about sentiments right now. I want it to fact because Nigerians are suffering. Sentiments are not even the issues right now. The issue is inflation rate. The issue is poverty. The issue is on power. The issue is on facts.
Security.
Yes, security.
Those are the matters.
Those are the
The
facts.
fact that before you travel, you save money for flights.
You cannot even move freely from one state to the other anymore because of the very exorbitant rate of flight tickets these days. I think, in fact, the moment these flight tickets rose up, the line was drawn between the rich and the poor. There's no middle class anymore because, I mean, it's crazy. Doing a return ticket now from Port Harcourt to Abuja, you need to hold between 180,000 to 200K. I mean, that's absurd. That's 100 or 200% increment in the whole thing. So that's the situation, and that's what I agree with you on, that this election should be issue based. They should kill sentiment. Kill sentiment. If really Tinibu and Shetima was really going to deliver Nigeria, if we see it in them that these are the people that can do the job, then everybody should go for it. We should kill sentiment because we need to be delivered. Nigeria is plunging every day, and we all know this. So we're going to move on to our next paper, and that will be the Daily Sun newspaper. And on the Daily Sun newspaper for today, it says here, 2023, don't vote for leaders who will kill you. Jonathan warns Nigerians. IYC fingers military in crude oil theft. Task EFCC to probe officers' bank accounts. You find details on page 26. Yeah, it's a good place to wonder. I mean, but is that ever going to happen where they have to probe these officers' accounts? It's a tough call, but then, but then think about it. They are found officers guilty in the past.
I want to take us a little bit back to what Mr. Peter said in one of his lectures that he was delivering. He said that the sophisticated nature of the way the crude line, the pipelines are being built is not something anybody can just break into. Now, two, the security network around it is not what anybody can break into. Three, before any ship will sail on our waterways, you must get a clearance from the Navy. And the Navy is aware of all the ships on the waterway. So that tells us
organized crime.
So it's not something that William Sabule will wake up tomorrow. William Sabule will wake up
and break pipeline and ship a whole ship out.
Enter and ship 1 million liters of crude oil.
What about customs?
Yeah, there's also
customs. Paper was Nemasa.
The sea waterways. You have to get a lot of clearance before anything will happen. So for me, they have a point. Just like we Nigerians, we have our own point.
The other funny part is that these accusations have been made over and over and over again. What is the government doing with this information? I mean, we've heard it. You remember one of those reports we talked about in one of our episodes, where a senior ranking officer was, indicted and also caught red-handed of billions of naira of crude oil theft money that was found with him. And till today, nothing was heard. He returned some of the money. But how about prosecution to forestall further occurrences? That wasn't done.
And they carried they confiscated his petrol stations and his tankers.
And the guy is working free.
And he's working free.
And then, at the point you hear that he has even been promoted again. I mean, it's absurd. All right, we're going to take other headlines on the Sun newspaper here. We also see here as the major headline, it says Wike's camp plots for Mimiko to replace Ayu in last-ditch effort to get embattled national chair out. That details on page 6 of the Daily Sun newspaper. Also on the Daily Sun here, it says Obasanjo Okonjo Iweala pushed for increased investment in electricity. Say Africa must synergize to fix energy concerns. Details of that is on page 8 of the Daily Sun newspaper. And I'll take this headline too. It says Muslim ticket. PFN disowns bishops for holding meeting with Tinibu. It's on page 8 of the Daily Sun. Supposed to see here, Osun Tribunal begins sitting as Oyetola PDP expressed confidence in judiciary. That detail is on page 28 of the Daily Sun newspaper. Wike'S is in the news as well.
Yes.
I mean, the guy,
He will continue to be in the news.
he won't stop. I mean, he's not
You go they
backing
pain
down.
them. You go they sweet us. You go they pain them.
I mean,
The thing is that he's a man that has fought a good fight for PDP through thick and thin. He has been through it all, and you can never take away that that Wike is a power to reckon with.
he is.
Not just in River State, in the South, not just in South, in the whole country. So anybody that wants to have his way through this election needs a little of his support. You need a little of his support. That's the truth. And PDP, if they end up breaking the party into 2-3, they'll only end up breaking their powers. And that will water down whatever effort that they would have made in the electionary. So what are we saying? What I'm saying is that it will continue to be there till PDP succumbs to Wike's needs.
Do you think the PDP is not seeing the advantage of Wike being on the right side with them?
My brother, they are seeing the advantage, but I think it is a call that they do not want to answer with respect to removing Ayu from power, because from the look of things, if they really wanted to pull him out, by now they will.
Abi?
Yes.
They won't be wasting this
There are
time.
different instruments to use to push him out of that position. You cannot tell me they cannot do some investigation and come out tomorrow and say that, see,
After all, yes.
you know that? Yes, this is Nigeria.
Not even do one investigation and come out and say that during the primary,
Yeah.
are you did vote by you?
Yes.
Or something happened.
Yes.
So they have their
They will
way
use
of
their
taking him
instrument
out.
and
It's
push
just
him
that
out.
I think on the other part of it is when somebody knows that somebody owns it, but he's now saying, no, you can't just do us anyhow you want. That's what PDP is doing now. That's, if you ask me, on my own view, I think they know Wike is very powerful, but they don't want it to be all about Wike.
Yeah. They want to clip his wings and try to
They
make
want
him
to
look.
clip his wings
Yeah.
and make him just like any member of the party or any elder statesman in the party.
Because he doesn't feel that way.
But this is the worst time to do
That's the
something
problem.
like that.
That's the problem.
This is not
And
the
that's why
right
they will
time.
continue to have this issue till the election comes.
You know, we talked about the fact that, just like you said, it's not the right timing, even
not.
though their move is not out of place. Because yes, we've said it before that the party is not about Wike alone. Wike is just one man in the entire party. It's about the collective, but he is a powerful one man that they should listen to and give him his lollipop. According to Ruben, they must give him.
Then if you also check, for the fact that Ayu professed in his mouth that he will resign if the candidate comes from the north, he will resign. My brother,
Why don't you honor the
go
agreement?
and resign. And come to think of it, why it is so detrimental to the PDP is that you have Oyo State Governor with Wike, you have Abia State Governor with Wike, you have Benue State Governor with Wike. My brother, let Ayu just go now and let them face the election head on.
Yeah, and it's just like what Mr. Renzi said, this time wasting is detrimental to everything they want to do.
And let's also
They're
note,
ready for
let's also
election.
note, we have the Labour Party. Mind you, many people in the Labour Party are in the
Still
PDP.
I've
Labour
not seen
Party
that.
is made up of 90% PDP, 10% others.
So in
New
other words,
voters and PDP.
so they are pushing a lot more of their persons to the side of the Labour Party. So you see, in fact, somebody made that analysis on TV yesterday in an interview I was watching, where it says, at the end of the day, if you look critically, you would find out that the two contending parties, the two topmost contending party is the APC and the Labour Party. Yep. The PDP is no longer there in the picture. No. Because if you weigh what is going on in the PDP, they are losing ground.
That's critical.
They are losing ground. So and if you're not careful, when the campaigns begin, you begin to see clearly these things that we're talking about. All right, we're going to move on to our last paper for today, and that will be the Nation's newspaper. And but then before we go into the details of or the headlines on the Nation's newspaper, we need to take a very short break. When we come back, we will jump right into it and we'll get to talk about it. You stay tuned.
Hey there, are you looking to record your videos, do your voiceovers and take your professional pictures? Look no further. With our state-of-the-art newsroom, photography, kitchen for our food content creators and exclusive children's studio, we certainly can deliver the best studio experience. Our carefully designed studio space can bring your diverse creative content ideas to life. We aim to consistently serve value to our customers far and wide. Come, let Tharv Media give life to your dreams. Tharv Media, a slice of infotainment.
All right, welcome back from that short break, and we are back on the newspaper review. If you're just joining us, well, you haven't missed a lot, but you have missed a lot too. So do well to also join us in our conversations, and don't forget to drop your comments and your reactions. So we'll continue with the newspaper headlines. Before we went on the break, we were on the Nation's newspaper, and on the Nation's newspaper here we see from the very top part it says anti-oil theft. IG confirms seizure of 123 vessels. Can president to youth, don't be politicians, body shields. Don't be politicians, body shields. All right, you find that story on page 4 of the Nation's newspaper. And also on the Nation's here as the major headline, we see disquiet in PDP. Disquiet in PDP, National Working Committee, over 10 billion nomination fees. I'll take that again. It says, disquiet in PDP National Working Committee, over 10 billion nomination fees. Members complain about depletion of cash to 1 billion naira. Controversy over bribery lingers. Okowa seeks Saraki's intervention over Wike'S threats to boycott presidential campaigns. Also on the Nation's newspaper here, we see anxiety as CBN sets to raise interest rates to new high. All right, I'll take that again. It says anxiety as CBN set to raise interest rates to new high. All right, let me go to you, Mr. Victor. The story of the PDP, before we went on the break, we talked about Wike, and now the PDP is also on the news that is saying that, there's this sort of quiet in the National Working Committee over depletion of funds. I mean, it's very laughable. Depletion of funds. The campaigns have not even started. And we're already seeing or hearing stories or rumors of, some kind of mismanagement of funds. What's your reaction to that story?
So, like we were saying the other time, that the PDP can still use their instrument to send IU out.
Sure.
In a case like this is just an avenue, okay? It might not be 100% fact, but it can serve as an avenue for them to whisk him out. Okay, but I want to also relate this to the APC. There is some level of disquietness from the PDP, same as the APC. Mind you, when APC, after their elections, the president, the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, the leader of the party came out to say that the monies that have been paid by the losers should be refunded to them. Up till now, 1 naira has not been given to them. Okay, so these are things that's happening in parties, and mind you, by the time they start bringing out their figures, concocted figures, like you said, the election have not yet started though. Money is already missing. By the time they bring election funds together, what then happens? That's to tell you.
That tells you we're already looking at a foundation.
Yes.
That will lead us to another 4 years.
Exactly.
Is that what
exactly. If they cannot account for these monies Ordinary 10 billion internally. How much about the budget of about 19 trillion naira? What then happens?
I mean, this is very troubling. Even though we laugh about it, it's a serious issue.
It takes me to my reaction to when CBN is talking about increasing rates.
Yeah, that's one of the headlines. Yeah.
It's funny that today we are seeing people that start business in Nigeria, and the business will do as if it's growing in the first few months, and the next thing you are passing there, then you ask, what about these guys' place? They say he has closed. Businesses are shutting down. Inflation is on the high side. The market is unstable, and you're increasing rates. That means apparently, at the end of the day, those doing business with bank funds will end up working for the bank and returning their money back to them and going home empty-handed.
Yeah.
That takes us to the other issue we have in Nigeria, which is the issue of fraud, over invoicing, inflation. That means the only way somebody can survive doing business in Nigeria at the end of the day, when you have all these indices, is for the person to sell fake product to you.
And that's
To meet up.
Yeah.
So that he can meet up and pay bank and still have something. That's the biggest challenge we have. So we have really gotten it wrong as a nation, and I strongly believe that whoever that is going to take over the power next year will do something very drastic to change the narrative, because this has to change.
Thank you
if
very
not,
much.
we'll be ready to sell Nigeria.
Yeah. Victor, you want to close?
We're very much ready. If people get to a point, no country will want to go lend to us anymore.
We'll all move to our new country.
So just in closing, if it's tough for these guys that are in power, what then happens to the poor masses out there? Okay, like we mentioned, energy prices has gone so high, inflation going so high. What about food? To eat in this country is a tug of war.
Very true.
To access 3 square meal is a big problem in this country. And we've not also today we did not even discuss about the lecturers and the students at home. We did not even talk about insecurity. We did not even talk about kidnapping. Just like the case that we had in Bayelsa.
Oh man. Oh yeah. We didn't talk about
We
that.
didn't talk about the young man that has been lavishing money, showing off money on Instagram. Oh yes, yes, a motivational speaker for that matter.
Put your energy in what you know.
Yes.
Always on Instagram say work hard, work for your money.
And then young people watching him will be killing themselves.
Yes.
Over, trying to meet up. That's why, that advice of, man, not everything you see on social media you should follow and listen to at all. People are living falsehood. They live on a fake life on the daily. So you don't have to carry all the things you see on social media on your head. Because, look at how it ended up. Like, the guy is a kidnapper.
He's just one that was caught.
Just one. Oh yeah.
So many of them out there that has not been caught. So many of them that even have the government backing.
Yeah.
And this one has police by his side, though. He has security aides.
Security. It's a very, very terrible one. All right. Thank you. I want to thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And Mr. Victor for making it to the program. And
thank you, sir.
Today's episode was really fun having you guys here. And in closing, we have our cartoon that we'll be bringing up every time on our episodes. And today's cartoon, we have our 2 ants talking on this one. It says, leave your comfort zone. Do you know that thing motivational speakers always say? Like this guy, he's motivating people online.
Push hard.
Push hard. And so a fish decided to listen to this motivational, speakers and decided to leave its comfort zone. Now the fish has died. So our ants are saying that now fish don't die. Motivational speakers avoid me, I beg. So. It's not necessary to take everything they tell you as that is the motivation. Move. Check yourself. If you know your head can carry it, leave comfort zone. If you know you cannot carry it, my brother,
day your day.
Stay comfort zone. Life now one day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And then until next time, we'll come your way again on the Newspaper Review. My name is William Sabule, and to do well to join us next time. See you and stay well.